Hello, welcome back, Box01 here, and today we will be reviewing this set for 2021, the Bad Batch Shuttle. And it's a very nice set. It has great figures. I'd say basically every figure in the set is great. 2 speeder bike side builds, and of course the shuttle. Let's start with the figures. Starting with the only buildable figure in the set, this is Gonky, the Gonk droid, and it's just a normal Gonk droid build. I don't think it's the same as the one that you get in the TIE Bomber that came out, I'm pretty sure around the same time, but it is a pretty nice Gonk droid build with the like black, dark metallic color down there, gunmetal gray, and just a grill for the face. Nice little Gonk. Next up, we have the only Imperial figure, which is the Imperial Crosshair, and he has that very nice visor on his helmet. Obviously, this was 2021. I think it was the year before they had helmet holes, so these figures all don't have helmet holes, and they look pretty good. He is a bit more green on those little things on the bottom, and you can see that nice armor prints as well as the printed backpack. That's the one thing, I'll talk about that later, that I don't like as much, but I still think it's a pretty good figure. And then he has the long rifle blaster, sniper rifle. Here we have Hunter as our next figure. He appeared in 2 sets, meaning he's the least valuable of everyone, besides the Gonk droid. And that set being the Justifier, another set I have. I just disassembled it for some reason. I was going to review it, then I disassembled it, so I may rebuild it and then review it here as well. But for now, this is Hunter, another printed backpack. He carries just a knife, no gun with him. I think he could have carried like a regular pistol, like you'll see Echo carrying soon. Oh, I forgot to show you Crosshair's face. That nearly slipped my mind, but he has a unique face print, obviously, with that crosshair on his eye. Pretty cool. And, well, the reason I remembered that is because this guy also has a very nice face print with the, like the skull paint on his face there. And also, so you can actually utilize that face print, he's one of the 2 members that is not bald, so he gets a nice dark black hairpiece. Next up, we have Tech, or no, not Tech, Echo. This is Echo. He has the robot hand in just a normal, like, light bluish gray hand, which I always thought looked a bit weird. Doesn't quite look like the hand in the show, which is like a pick thing for the locks and mechanisms. But he has a printed comma, unfortunately. But yeah, he's just an overall pretty nice figure, I guess. Kind of bland, but also pretty cool. And his face print is cool. It's in that, like, normal pale white face, because he's a bit paler than the rest of the Bad Batch after the experiments. And as I said, he has a blaster pistol and a printed backpack. Next up, we have my favorite member of the Bad Batch, Wrecker. And he has a very nice helmet print there. And he also has armor, actually, which is kind of interesting. I'll show you what's under the armor shortly. But, yeah, he has armor. And he has the little markings on the side with the skulls. I don't know what this means. I'm guessing it's Orabesh, but I am not that nerdy that I know Orabesh. He also has some, of course, leg printing, and he carries that gun, which is just a normal, like, older gun. It still looks pretty cool. As I said, I'll show you under there, but I wish he had a backpack, because he has a big one in the show. It has studs on the back. It's perfect for a backpack, but he doesn't have one in this set. And this is what it looks like underneath. He has a printed backpack, and he has a very nice torso. The actual same torso as Hunter, if you didn't know, and legs. So that's kind of interesting, but the rest of him is unique, as well as his head print, which you can see the scars on him, and his one eye. Pretty cool. Next up, we have my favorite figure in this set, being Tech. He's the only one with a backpack, but yeah, it looks pretty good. He has a printed piece on it, and yeah, he's just an overall great figure. See some printing. I'll show you what's under that in a second, but he also has some frontal printing, which you can see again. 2 blaster pistols, which are those larger ones, and then he has this very nice printed helmet, which is really cool. A custom mold for this. I think it's dual molded as well, so that's pretty cool. And then it is just a really great piece that. See his face. I think he has 2. Yep. One with goggles, one without. So, pretty nice figure. I'll show you what's under the backpack. And on here, you can see he doesn't have a printed backpack, because he's the only figure with an actual one, and it looks pretty good. So, oh, yeah, I almost forgot. He does have this hairpiece. I'll put it on him to show you what it looks like. And this is what it looks like without his goggles and with his hairpiece on. He kind of has the more recessed hair on either side, but then it comes out at the front. And I really like this hairpiece. I think he looks good. Moving away from the figures and getting into the build, we have this Bark Speeder, which is, I think, basically the exact same build as the 2021, which I have right here. And it is a very good Bark Speeder build, so I'm happy with it being the same. I actually have, like, 1.5 of these, so kind of weird there. But, yeah, just looks good. Has those big stud shooters on the front, which don't look as good, but still think it's fine. And then the only thing about this, it doesn't have those little studs in there, so these are a little bit more recessed in. But, yeah, looks pretty good overall. Doesn't have the blasters or this little sticker up front, but I think it's a nice speeder bike, and it can fit one figure. And that is what it looks like with the figure on it, and it looks pretty nice. You can see he can store his blaster on one of those clips in the back, and it just overall is a nice build. The next and final of the side builds is this other speeder bike belonging to Tech, and it is the green, or I guess just the Bad Batch in general, but Tech rides it in the set. And it is a very unique bike. It's very different from the other one, Bark Speeder, and is a pretty nice little build here, with the two big jug blaster things on the side, and some more stickers on it. But it looks pretty good, has some cool things, and it can sit one figure. And this is what it looks like with Crosshair on it. He can't really sit down anymore because the bars are very weird, and he only has space to put one of his blasters. So it does look a bit odd with him on it, but he does look pretty cool, and it does look like a pretty nice bike. I actually really like it in that lime green color. Now for the thing you've been waiting for the past 7 minutes. Wow, I'm good at rambling. The actual shuttle. Now, this is probably the main thing you've been looking forward to, and it is the build here. It is a pretty cool build. It has some cool functions, which I'll show you shortly. But let's look at the outside first before we get a delve inside and all the functions like that. First of all, we have the cockpit on the outside. It has this very nice printed piece here. I think it's printed. Yeah, it is printed. I was gonna say if this is stickered, that would be difficult. But it does look good. Very nice red windows, and you can see some nice angled, like beak-looking front. And that's just the same on either side. It does have a sticker on. Wait a minute. I just realized why this was out of place. I've been thinking about it for years. It goes on the speeder bike. And that's what it looks like. Okay, I was gonna say, earlier I said didn't have that black sticker on the speeder bike here, but it does. I'm a fool. I'm glad I caught that. Finally, it only took me 4 years. Pretty cool. Anyway, moving on. There are some lights on either side of the ship, and there are two big guns at the front, as you can see, and they look pretty nice. We have the underside of this wing, which I'll show you the top of right now. As you can see, these wings are on like a hinge, I guess you could call it, and you can see they are pretty cool. These two wings are basically mirror images of each other. As you can see, they're the exact same, just the opposite. And then you can see the underside here with some very nice tiling and stuff. The one thing I like about the ship, it's very tiled off on the body, and I think the studs on the wings actually make it look better, because the texture on the wings in universe is very textured with these black kind of wings. If you've ever seen, I just always liked that. It does have little lights on either wing, obviously, and then if you turn it around, this top one is also just kind of mirrored, but obviously with anti-studs, so it looks a bit different, and I think it still looks pretty good. I'll give you a little shot down so you can kind of see. Very similar across the middle, and in the back, of course, we have the gun turret here, like engine, I think, or just this is the actual gun turret window. Then we have the gun turret down here. Then, of course, the infamous engines with the very weird instructions. And as you can see here, one piece turns into 4 on the instructions. So that's a little thing that got messed up there. And that's actually my second video to ever reach, or I guess it was a short, second short to ever reach 1,000 views. Kinda cool. But anyway, let's move back onto the ship. With the outside basically done, we can actually take a look at the inside now, which just flips up like that, and this is on a slight hinge to make it easier to flip up. You can see there is a little light on the underside, which also helps with just keeping it so it doesn't slam anything. But you can see the cockpit here has room for 2 figures, and it also have a control console. Wow, I can't speak. Console there, and just some just space in there for figures and just some random little details. And that is what it looks like with the figures in there, and it can also sit down with all the figures in. Moving into the back, we have some cool little things here. We have these little like pictures here, which if it will focus, more Orabash on it. I don't know what it says, but you can see a CIS ship and then a Republic Venator in the background. So I bet there's someone who translated it. I obviously didn't because I don't care. As in, I'm lazy. But this is another cool one. These are the same kind of clones that were in the invisible jet type thing that they had in the one of the first, I think it was first episodes, in chronological order anyway. It was one of the first episodes. And that is a pretty cool looking guy. But anyway, you can see how it hinges open. It's just on one singular hinge, which is held together with a bunch of Technic parts because that thing would fall off if it wasn't. And it does have some little space for a figure, which I just usually put Gonky in here. Either that or like Wrecker or something. But this can open, and you can see a little box in there, which can also, if you remove Gonky again, be taken out, and you can put stuff in the box. With the stuff in the box, basically just the extra hair is what I usually put in there, as well as just a blaster pistol for the whatever his name is, Echo. You can put it in here, and if you get it correctly, usually it doesn't do that, but it does sometimes. You can kind of close it, although it does stay open a bit because this is not pushed in correctly. There we go, nice and closed up. You can probably fit that blaster on here actually instead, and it's pretty nice. That's basically it for the interior, and let's see my opinion on it, which you probably may have guessed. Or I guess that's not quite it, because I kind of forgot to put the wings out and actually show you what the thing looks like. Oh, I just shot myself. Oh, and I forgot to show you the spring-loaded shooters. I'll show you that first. If you go onto the underbelly of the ship, you can see there are 2 little spring-loaded shooters, which if you shoot them, will fly up and hit this, which is me, and then bounce back. Pretty nice, and as I said, I'll put the wings into attack position. And as you can see here, this is what it looks like in attack position. Kind of move it around. You can, of course, angle them how you want, but this is just how I did it, and I think it looks pretty good. It looks a bit goofy like this. It looks like a crocodile, but yeah, it's just a pretty nice ship. Good swooshability, as they say, as I'm messing up the back little things here. But yeah, it's pretty stable and it's pretty well built. It looks nice as well. Right after saying well built. On to my final opinion on this set after I repaired it. It is a pretty good set. I'd say the figures are really good. The one thing I don't like is the printed comma on Echo and the printed backpacks. But of course, you can make custom ones easily with the backpacks. But overall, I'd say for the builds, they're great. For the main ship, they're amazing. It's amazing. And yeah, I'd say overall, it's a really good set. I think it looks good. And I just overall think it is a good set to play with as well as display. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed. Probably some of the coolest figures of that year 2021. And I shall see you next time. Goodbye.